Objectives of the lesson. A. Students learn glossary concerning Thanksgiving Day. B. Students learn the history of celebration. Listen to the text for the gist. Now you'll have leg 6 on the theme. The first word, pilgrims. It's a noun. The members of a religious group that found a colony in North America. The second word, Mayflower. It's a noun. A boat transported a group of English families or pilgrims from England to America. The third word, Indians. It's a noun. Native people of America. The fourth word, Thanksgiving Day. It's a noun. Annual national holiday in the United States and Canada celebrating the harvest and other blessings. A roasted turkey. It's a noun. A bird roasted by dry heat in an oven or over a fire. A pumpkin pie. It's a noun. A dessert pie which is usually prepared for Thanksgiving. Cranberry. It's a noun. A small red berry used in cooking cranberry sauce. Now the next activity is listening to the text for main idea. Here you learn about the history of celebrating Thanksgiving Day. Listen to it attentively because you'll have questions to answer. Almost every culture in the world has held celebrations of thanks for a plentiful harvest. The American Thanksgiving holiday began as a feast of Thanksgiving in the early days of the American colonies, almost 400 years ago. In 1620, a boat filled with more than 100 people sailed across the Atlantic Ocean to settle in the New World. This religious group had begun to question the beliefs of the Church of England, and they wanted to separate from it. The Pilgrims settled in what is now the state of Massachusetts. Their first winter in the New World was difficult. They had arrived too late to grow many crops, and without fresh food, half the colony died from disease. The following spring, the Indians taught them how to grow corn, a new food for the colonists. They showed them other crops to grow in the unfamiliar soil and how to hunt and fish. In the autumn of 1621, bountiful crops of corn, barley, beans, and pumpkins were harvested. The colonists had much to be thankful for. So a feast was planned. They invited the local Indian chief and 90 Indians. The Indians brought deer to roast with the turkeys and other wild game offered by the colonists. The colonists had learned how to cook cranberries and different kinds of corn and squash dishes from the Indians. To this first Thanksgiving, the Indians had even brought popcorn. In following years, many of the original colonists celebrated the autumn harvest with a feast of thanks. After the United States became an independent country, Congress recommended one yearly day of Thanksgiving for the whole nation to celebrate. George Washington suggested the date November 26 as Thanksgiving Day. Then in 1864, at the end of a long and bloody civil war, Abraham Lincoln asked all Americans to set aside the last Thursday in November as a day of Thanksgiving. Your homework is to answer to these questions. When is Thanksgiving Day celebrated in the USA? And what is the Thanksgiving menu? The lesson is over. Thank you for attention.